Before he was Zorro, before Hollywood made him a legend, Antonio Banderas had a different passion, one that wasn't scripted, one that was real. Motorcycles. Not just any bikes, but the ones that carried Spain's soul. The classics, the racers, the machines that echoed through Spanish streets and racetracks. From riding Spanish legends like Bultaco and Montesa, to owning powerful Ducatis and Harleys, from collecting bikes to owning a Moto2 team, Banderas has done it all. But how did a Hollywood actor go from riding Spanish back roads to competing in the world's biggest racing circuit? This is the story of Antonio Banderas and his motorcycles. Born in the sun-soaked city of Malaga, Antonio Banderas grew up surrounded by passion for art, for performance, and for adventure. But among all his childhood dreams, one stood out: motorcycles. As a young boy, he watched Spanish riders tear through winding roads, their bikes echoing through the hills. He felt something deep, a connection to the speed, the freedom, the culture. His first experiences with motorcycles weren't in Hollywood. They were in the back streets of Malaga, where Spanish brands ruled the roads. And the first bike to steal his heart? Before Antonio Banderas became a Hollywood star, he had another Spanish legend to admire: Bultaco, one of Spain's most renowned motorcycle manufacturers. His first real ride? The Bultaco Mercurio 155, a lightweight yet robust street bike designed for both urban commuting and spirited weekend rides. At its core, the Mercurio 155 featured a single-cylinder, air-cooled two-stroke engine with a 155cc displacement. Its bore and stroke provided a square engine design, ensuring a balance between torque and high revving capability. The 4-speed gearbox allowed smooth power delivery, making it easy to navigate Spain's winding roads. With a dry weight of approximately 209 pounds, the Mercurio was nimble, offering excellent handling thanks to its lightweight tubular steel frame. Its telescopic front forks and dual rear shock absorbers provided a comfortable ride, absorbing bumps while maintaining stability at speeds exceeding 62 miles per hour. The drum brakes on both wheels, though basic by modern standards, were effective given the bike's weight and power. The 19-inch front and 18-inch rear wheels, wrapped in narrow-profile tires, ensured predictable cornering performance on Spain's varied terrain. But while Banderas appreciated the Mercurio's classic charm, his passion for raw performance led him to something more aggressive: Montesa's race-bred machines. If you love incredible stories, consider subscribing. It's a simple way to support the channel and helps us keep bringing you more great content every week. If Bultaco defined Spanish motorcycling elegance, Montesa defined its racing spirit. The Montesa Impala 250, introduced in the early 60s, was built for adventure. Weighing 254 pounds with a 247cc two-stroke engine, it could reach speeds of 81 miles per hour. Its telescopic front forks and rugged steel frame made it nearly indestructible, perfect for Spanish racers, explorers, and those who dared to push the limits. The real magic? The Montesa Impala's legendary performance in the 10,000-kilometer Impala Rally, a grueling, enduring race that proved the bike's toughness on harsh terrain. Today, a well-preserved Montesa Impala 250, the best of his bikes, sells for $6,500 to $13,000. For Antonio Banderas, this bike is a symbol of Spanish strength, skill, and adventure. He loves the old-school charm, but he also needs something modern to push the limits. Antonio Banderas admires vintage rides and owns them. His personal garage houses some of the most iconic motorcycles, blending Spanish heritage with international excellence. Among his prized possessions, is the Ducati Diavel, a high-performance power cruiser featuring a 1,262cc Testra Stretta DVT engine and a quick-shifting 6-speed gearbox. With its aggressive stance and cutting-edge technology, this bike, priced around $22,000, embodies speed and style. For long-distance touring, he turns to the BMW R1200 GS, a rugged adventure bike equipped with a 1,170cc twin-cylinder engine and semi-active suspension. It handles Spain's diverse landscapes with ease and costs approximately $18,000. A nod to classic British engineering, Banderas owns a Triumph Bonneville, an iconic retro-styled motorcycle powered by a 1,200cc parallel twin engine, delivering with a 6-speed transmission. Known for its timeless design and smooth performance, it carries a price tag of around $13,000. And the big part? The most sentimental ride in his collection remains the Bultaco Perseng, a legendary Spanish off-road motorcycle that dominated motocross circuits in the 1960s and 70s. The Perseng, with its 370cc two-stroke engine, lightweight frame, and exceptional handling, represents Spain's rich motorcycling history. These rare classics can fetch upwards of $15,000 at auctions today. From vintage two-strokes to high-powered superbikes, Banderas' collection tells the story of a man deeply immersed in motorcycle culture. Collecting bikes led him to something bigger, something that pushed the limits of Spanish motorcycling on the world stage. In 2010, Antonio Banderas took his passion for motorcycles to the highest level of competition by launching his own Moto2 team, Jack and Jones by Antonio Banderas. Moto2, the intermediate class in Grand Prix motorcycle racing, features 765cc Triumph triple-cylinder, capable of reaching top speeds of around 180 miles per hour. These race machines, built with lightweight carbon fiber bodywork and advanced Öhlins suspension, cost approximately $100,000 to $150,000 per bike. Banderas was more than just a celebrity sponsor. He worked closely with engineers, riders, and mechanics to build a competitive team. His goal was to support young Spanish riders and continue Spain's dominance in world racing, as Spain has produced legendary champions like Marc Marquez and Jorge Lorenzo. Although his Moto2 team lasted only a short time, his passion for Spanish motorcycling never faded. He remains actively involved in MotoGP events, promotes Spanish motorcycle brands, and celebrates the country's rich racing heritage. For Antonio Banderas, what are motorcycles? They're a heartbeat, a connection to his roots, a way to escape into the open road. At MotoGP events, he stands among the legends, celebrating Spain's racing dominance. In his garage, he's hands-on, tuning engines, restoring classics, and reliving the stories behind every bike. Acting made him a star, but motorcycles keep him grounded. For Banderas, the road is endless, and the ride never stops. For Antonio Banderas, the ride never truly ends. It just takes new turns. While he spent years collecting, racing, and restoring legendary bikes, his passion is shifting toward the future of motorcycling. There's buzz that Banderas is exploring electric motorcycles, particularly Spain's own Bultaco Brinco R, a high-performance hybrid that combines electric power with off-road capability. Could he become the face of Spain's next-generation bikes? It wouldn't be surprising. And what about racing? He's still a familiar face at MotoGP events, supporting Spanish champions and keeping the country's dominance alive. Some even speculate that he might return to the sport, not as a rider, but as a team owner, determined to put Spanish talent back on the podium. Whether he's carving through mountain roads on a Ducati, restoring a vintage Bultaco, or backing the future of racing, one thing is clear. He's a rider at heart, and the road ahead is just getting started. What do you think? Are Spanish motorcycles some of the most underrated legends in motorcycling history? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing content. See you in the next video.